All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday Lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am DDO's community manager, Cordovan, and running just a couple minutes late over on the other game side. I do work for both games. We just literally opened two game worlds, two brand new servers at noon Eastern today. So I had to get the word out about that, and so I had to start this show just a couple of minutes late over on the DDO side. Sorry about that, but we do have news for you as well. We have some cool stuff. I happen to be on the hardcore server right now just to start off the show. I do have the leaderboards hot off the press, as it were. We're going to do our best to just kind of show that on the stream, and then we have an announcement about a pretty big series of bonuses that are going to be kicking off tomorrow morning. Yeah, we're doing a thing. And that's going to be going for a little while as well. So we'll have some more information about that. Otherwise, this is actually the first week in, about 3 to 4 weeks that I've not had a dev interview. We haven't had Lamania open with, Epic Destiny previews and Assault Marsh and combat changes and all this other stuff, right? So this is actually the first week outside of the news I mentioned above where we don't really have much on the agenda. So I think we'll largely just kind of hang out probably the latter half of the show. We'll go to one of the game worlds and just sort of bum around a little bit and just kind of see what's going on there. So maybe shorter show in terms of the news, longer show in terms of the hangout, and we'll just kind of have to see what happens here today. Is Argonesson down? The only server you can't access? No, it should be open. There is no Bob. That's the thing, Brian, on Facebook. It's just little old me, right? All right. Thoughts on the fact someone got enough Reaper XP for wings on hardcore? I think that was amazing. Congratulations, Dom, is my understanding of that one. And I think it even happened on Twitch, did it not? Right. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. That is an insane amount of work. And that was sweet. It was sweet. It was pretty crazy, and I don't think that there was... Not many people got that. Let's put it that way. So, I don't know about a special reward for it. I mean, I think that kind of result is in some ways a reward. I mean, who's going to argue with Dom in terms of his ability to get things done on hardcore now, right? I mean, come on. He's won hardcore, I think. I think he's just won. But we'll have to see what we want to do there. So, I don't know. Maybe we can talk about it. So, is the new volume of the Monster Manual volume coming along? I don't actually know what the status of the next Monster Manual volume will be. So there you go. Yep. All right. Hey, while we're at it, let me start with a bit of a news announcement. We got a thing that we're going to be doing here. Let me quick call it up. We are calling it the Spooky Summer live event. So we know, Salt Marsh is not happening for just a little bit yet. And we are planning to fill this weekend, which for quite a few people in the United States is a longer weekend than usual. On top of that, this is going to be running through July 11th, so it covers a swath of holidays around the world. We're calling it Spooky Summer. What does that mean? That means starting late morning Eastern Time tomorrow, July 1st, we're going to be turning on Night Revels. On top of that, the Night Revels dungeons will have plus 200% rewards. So you're going to get that stuff fast. And on the Night Revels stuff, we know that there are people who wanted this, who are still working on stuff when we last had it in October, was it not? So that's going to be coming back, and on top of that, 200% rewards, and on top of that, we're going to have a 10% Reaper XP bonus, and on top of that, we're going to have double Mysterious Remnants. Now, what that means is twice the chance for remnants to appear when defeating a champion. Not that the remnants themselves have doubled in size, but twice the chance. So you'll get a lot more remnant drops. And then now here's the one thing that's even a little bit farther out than you might expect, and that is that we are going to be bringing over, just for a little bit, the devilish monster champions that you have perhaps just experienced a little bit over on the hardcore side. Mimic Hunt is not going to be on. Devilish monster champions will be around. That kicks off tomorrow morning, late morning Eastern time, Thursday, July 1st. It runs through Sunday, July 11th, being shut off the morning of Eastern time of Monday, July 12th. And that's called the Spooky Summer Celebration. And it's a kind of a package of events that we've put together for fun that we're going to be running here through the next few weeks. So that's probably the biggest bit of news. I will say that, the hardcore server did go down today, and we have now officially entered the after party. Let me make sure I've got my dating correct on it. Let me look at my own announcement, since I didn't call it up beforehand. All right. Yeah. Where am I now? Through July 20th. Yes. So, free transfers are available from the hardcore world through July 20th. That just turned on today. As the hardcore world went down, we'll have the leaderboards here in just a little bit, and then the after party will begin, or is underway right now. It will go through July 20th. We are aware, however, as of exactly this moment in time, 12:10 p.m. Eastern, on the day we just brought it up, we're aware there are a few transfer issues being reported. We are looking into that. We think we have a lead on the cause, and we should be able to fix that with it where it's just starts working. But we are aware that there are a few transfer issues right now, so I don't know, maybe hang off an hour. Hang off an hour or two if you want. But otherwise, if a transfer is fine for you, you're fine, right? And if it doesn't work for you, then we'll be fixing it. And you'll be able to transfer your character then. All right. Summer sales. I have not yet seen word of summer sales. I would expect us to have them, but I have not yet seen them. I will let you know tomorrow on these summer sales. Will items acquired in Night Revels rot this year? I don't believe so. Wait a second. I don't know. I'll let you check up on that. My understanding is that we kind of just didn't deprecate stuff lately, and I think that may continue, but let me double check on that. Sorry, people of the Southern Hemisphere. You're summer, spooky summer adjacent. I guess 180 degrees or so adjacent. But nonetheless, spooky winter for the. Yeah. When is the next Lamania preview? That should be happening very soon. Not this week. I think we might be on track for next week, but I'll let you know as we get a little bit closer to it. But I do believe that is the case. All right, let me quick head over to Facebook. Did we make it an update on the Tomb of Horrors module? No, we have not. That is a long time ago that one was kind of being worked on. Those are back in the Turbine days. I remember there was a little bit of discussion happening there. We have moved away from that as anything that we're doing. Salt Marsh is next. We've already talked about wanting to do Isle of Dread, for example. So, the idea of doing a Tomb of Horrors is certainly going to remain on the table, but, it is a hot, humid day, and my hair is suffering as a result, and I can't stand looking at myself right now, so there we go. That's what's up. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are in a heat wave, guys and gals are in a heat wave in your neck of the woods, but it was super duper hot in Massachusetts yesterday. And it is another hot day today. But then I think it's kind of clearing out. But I know like some people in the Northwest in particular were just dying. Unfortunately, sometimes literally, but we're having really, really suffering yesterday. So, ugh. Yeah. All right, there we go. I'll just have to live with it. My hair, my hair. Okay. Any update on pricing bundles for Salt Marsh? No, I can't be saying anything about that. You'll know probably when it goes live. There we go. $118 in Arizona. We will have more information on how you'll be able to acquire Salt Marsh as we get closer to it. It is a mini expansion. That does mean it will probably follow the pattern of similar expansions we've done in the past. So it'll be available for currency, for real-life money. Day of, it will eventually make its way into the DDO store for points. But I would expect it to follow along the lines of what we typically have been doing for expansions. And further specific than that is just going to have to wait until we get a little bit closer to it. Oh, why is my skin so yellow today? Why my skin is so yellow is because I have not properly white balanced my camera. And that is bothering me too, among all the annoying things that are bothering me. Problem is I let it do it automatic here, and it's not, it didn't like it. So there we go. All right. Thank you for pointing that out. All right. Yes, there should be sound on Facebook. Hopefully that's the case. Quit whining, it's summer, jeez. Not wrong. Speaking of not whining, let's put up those leaderboards here for the hardcore server. Let me go quick, grab that as a file. Grab those there. Swap them out from an internal server to my own server. And, or my own hard drive. And then I'll get them up here on the screen shortly. Let's go through the top leaderboards, the top standings here for the Hardcore Season 4 that just ended. Why don't we start with favor results here. Let me see if I can just kind of literally just call up the sheet in XSplit. Let me see if I can do that. Yes-ish. Now can I... Fortunately, that text is going to be too tiny. Oh, here we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, this will work. So here are the leaderboards. Like I said, this is just kind of quick copied over into a XML file. I use open office type stuff, so that's why it looks like that. Let's take a look at the favor results. Number one is character name. No, number one is Jebazuk Knackle. Really, we've got a three-way tie for first place here with Jebazuk, Safi, and Zimitu. Xmitu. And then just 1 point shy, Rose and Dixie and Naum. And then we got another Jezebuk instead of Jebazuk. Anyway, that person's clearly one of the winners of this year's hardcore season. Inspire, Retro Dark. I see Damius Garobo. Congrats, Samus. Irofen. Pip Life. Halloween. Shrimp Boat. Ithril. 6 O'Clock. Minic. Bones. Kylos. Chaka. Batologize. Batologize? Yeah, that's cool. Lauyas. Fuamatu, Davrid, High Flow, Murderer. And I'm just going to kind of go down from here so you can just sort of see it. We actually record more, we capture more than the top 100 for kind of obvious reasons, just in case we might have to nuke some names or something like that. We wouldn't have lost the information. So the one I grabbed here goes up to the 106th position rather than the 100th. So these final couple of names may not make it onto the final standings, which are the top 100. So the top 100 technically ends with, as it currently stands here, with Nika. So Zubble and Down are not currently included on the list of the top 100 that'll go up to the top, and that'll most likely stand. I don't think there's much likelihood we're going to be losing names this time. But theoretically, that's why we capture more than you might normally expect. All right, so that's the favor results. And that means you needed at least 5,294 favor to make it onto the top 100 of Season 4 of the Hardcore League this time around. Alright, now let's pop on over to the other one with our Reaper XP. This is nuts as well. Alright, sweet. You're going to see a lot of the same names, obviously. Because one result leads to another to some extent. But there we go. And again, congratulations to Jebazuk, Cheesy Right, in Bedwood. Nice. Okay, we may. Cumiscary, Minnick, 6 o'clock. We got a Rose again. Dixie and and Jezebuk, Knackle. Questionable decisions. Mary, Narc, Didio sucks. And so on and so forth. There we go. Another Damius Garobo, I recognize you. A bunch of the people from PD Halls of Valhalla, or at least one person who's very, very good at it. And a couple of friends, I would guess. I don't know. Very nice, though, huh? And we're going down into the 40s here at this point. And here we are at 100 is Sadira, with 112,473 Reaper XP. So there we go, Sadira. You made the cut as it currently stands. We'll be having this published on the forums, and then similar to how we've done here for previous seasons, you'll be able to access the standings over in the Hall of Heroes. I would imagine about here. And then I don't know what we're going to do. I guess we're going to have to either extend the wall or do something else. Move to this side, perhaps? I don't know. I think we're... No, we got room for two more. We got one here and one here. Then we're going to have to move. Or build another larger shelf or something like that. Through July 20th here, you've got an opportunity to log on to the game world and take care of your bank stuff and anything else you want to take care of here. Make sure you pick up any rewards. I think that's already too late, but gosh, why would you not have? And get off the world, because after July 20th, the game world will be going down, and it won't coming back until Hardcore Season 5, which don't currently know when Hardcore Season 5 is going to be out. I know it's likely we'll be doing one. These have been popular and successful, so there you go. We're definitely not, though, planning to immediately release the next season or anything like that. So stay tuned in terms of when we actually get closer to Hardcore Season 5. But congratulations, everybody from Hardcore Season 4 who managed to survive, get to where they wanted to get, and what have you. All right. So there we are. I myself, unfortunately, did not have much time to play over these past 2 months. I have been a very busy person. Family and other matters have kept me busy, so I did not die, but I also was not able to play very much, and I only got to level 9. and that's not very far. But what do you do? What do you do? It's not like I've been lounging around. Okay. We'll see how it goes next time, though. This is my busy time of the year. I think people know that, but it is. I am logging into the regular Game Worlds for the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream for the first time in actually quite some time. So I don't even know exactly what I should be doing, to be honest. I don't really have a plan. Just log into a regular character and just kind of hang out for a while and see what's going on. And then let me go and go through some questions. Will the Salt Marsh public area be available in the next Lamania? I would say odds are very good that is true, yes. Assuming that we have a public area for it, which I have not yet seen. But I haven't seen much of the actual quests yet, so. Outside of what you saw. I guess there we go, right? I know who done it. I seem to think my audio may be off. Let me double check that. Yes, it is. All right. Bullywug playable race. We have certainly been being told about that, have we not? A lot of people seem to be quite interested in us doing something like that. I guess we'll have to see what the future brings, so. Any cosmetic pets coming with Salt Marsh? Yes. Any more information about early looks into the other Epic Destiny revamp destinies? So, Master Rawl over on YouTube, I think the likely scenario is that we will not see further previews of Epic Destiny work until after Salt Marsh is released. The next couple of previews are going to be Update 50 related, and then as we turn our attention to Update 51, we'll be showing the other Epic Destinies and what have you. So, yeah, it's going to be a while before we see that next half. But we were pretty upfront about that on Lamania, that this was a very early look, and then we were going to be taking a break till after Update 50. But what that means is you're not going to see any of that information for, let's say, at least a month, and perhaps longer. I wouldn't want to be more specific than that. Will the Mimic Hunt be brought back to the live servers as a regular quarterly event? I have not heard of any plans to make it a regular quarterly event, but yeah, I would expect to see the Mimic Hunt return to the live servers here at some point, sometime this year. With the new Shard Seal Scroll system update, will the greater tokens of the 12 be given out in more quests, or are going to be forced to do 3 different raids to get heroic to epic items? I have not heard of plans to further drop tokens of the 12. They are heavily available in a large number of quests. So, especially with the new Seal, Scroll, and Shard system being dependent on getting kind of the one widget from each quest or specific area, you're going to upgrade your weapons by running that specific piece of content that the weapons drop in. So having a wider distribution of tokens of the 12 would not really be in line with improving the Scroll, Seal, Shard system, because it's just moving on in a whole different direction. Any chance for Otto's boxes to come back? I've not heard of plans to do that anytime in the near future, but there we go. You think I misunderstood the token question. So, wait, but yeah, you're asking about the ones with the raids, but I guess what I'm saying is that if you're going to be running the raid to upgrade the item, you're going to be getting the tokens, and if you're not, then you don't need to upgrade the item. And if it's just about wider availability of greater tokens at the 12, I've not heard of plans to do that. I think I said that, but that let me just reiterate. There we go. So. Yeah. I would need to go back and reference the Seal Scroll Shard Lamania thread again to further cement in my mind about how we're even using greater tokens of the 12 in the new system. So I guess I'll just leave the answer at that at this point. Will Epic past life feats remain with the Epic rework? That information is currently available on the Lamania forums. Just read up on it there. That's probably a way to do it. Sorry, let me take care of... one thing here. I gotta take care of a little moderation issue over on Facebook. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I had a drive-by troll over on Facebook. Had to take care of that. All right. Let's get going.
You see a group of people engaged in a shouting match. Robin Bix is trying to placate them, but it's not looking good. You learn that the levitating stone, known as the Eye of Serania, the artifact you were sent to find, was stolen last night. Robin Bix, your employer, suspects that this is an inside job. It's up to you to find the missing artifact and figure out who's done it.
Just going through. The dialogue. It's good stuff. Oh, actually, was there an NPC I need to talk to up there? It's the kobold in the library with the candlestick. Okay. Hi, Caleb. Okay.
According to
Now,
Caleb,
back to you,
Clarissa Boromir
kobolds.
made her fortune as a burglar and an antiques collector. That is a conveniently specific set of skills.
With a bunch of items becoming available at endgame, any plans to help out with character inventory bank space? The subject of character inventory and bank space is one that comes up regularly, not just among players, but in-house as well. And I would expect that, you know, it's something that we'd love to be able to do more to address, and I would expect to see us do more to address it in the future. You raise a good point that for some folks, there's going to be another set of hard decisions that are going to have to be made in terms of some inventory that maybe they're used to hanging on to. But we'll see. It does mean that more things will be viable, so theoretically more things will be used, etc., etc. So there we go. But yeah, that I think you know, the idea of having making some real progress on inventory space is something that we would love to do. And so I would hope to see us do that at some point here. How long is a game day in real time? I'm not actually sure what the answer to that is. I'd have to look it up. It's not very long, though, if I recall. It's fairly short. DDO Mickey, you'll have to help provide a little more context to your question about, was there a plan to make raid items bound to account? In general, that's shifted back and forth over the years, based on, you know, the whims of game history to some extent, and the needs of various people at various times. Oops. Back up. Oops. Where am I? Ah! This is not where I want to be. Alright, here we go. But really, in recent years for sure, we have really worked to keep raid items generally bound to character, and I really don't see that changing a lot in the future. So, never say never, of course, you know. Who knows what the future will bring, but I really don't see us doing that anytime soon. I'm just trying to get out a little help so I can speed things up here a little bit. Get stuff out. You know, I will try to ping someone on that summer sales question here, actually, when I'm out of combat. I'll see if I can't get an answer for you by the end of the show. I don't actually know the answer if it's starting this week or next or what. I have not personally seen it on the calendar, but that I think it's only because the person doing it hasn't yet put it in the calendar. But because of that, I don't want to say definitively one way or the other yet until I take a look at that. Yeah. So, what do you say about getting the Feywild Legendary Bard Hireling fixed? We know that its stat distribution is not quite what it needs to be. I don't know the timeline as to getting that fixed, however. I have not heard of that being fixed yet. But I would expect it to. It is pretty survivable, it just doesn't do much in the way of damage. And so I know that we want to do some work there, but I don't know what the timeline is on that. Up the run speed. Yeah, that would be nice. Yep. I think I'm getting pretty close to being done with this little bit of combat. There you are. Shiny Mouncer. The Bard is only 5 minutes in the old-style song. That sounds like a systems bug. I will have to follow up on the current status of that. I don't know what the current status of it is. I know that we have a bug on it. I don't know what the status of that bug is. So, no need to file another bug report on it, but I don't have an answer as to whether it's going to be fixed in Update 51 or perhaps a patch update or something like that. So, as soon as I know more, I'll let you know. Alright, now that, I believe, is actually the end of this section of combat. So, where am I? There we go. Let me pause for a quick second and call up a page and ask a couple of questions in chat. Okay. I do, while I'm looking at it, have an update on our transfer issues that were immediately reported when we reopened the hardcore world. It looks like what happened is so many people attempted to transfer at once that we ended up with a transfer queue. And that is expected behavior, and that's kind of a fail-safe and everything, right? But it doesn't happen very often. However, there were enough of you, apparently, who tried to transfer at exactly the same time when we opened the worlds, that it actually caused a transfer queue. So that's all that was, which is good news, because that means that queue is now gone, and you should just be able to transfer your characters without any issues. And in terms of the UI feedback, that we'll have to double check how that goes. It's such a rare occurrence that I don't know that we've looked at what exactly it tells you in quite some time. So perhaps we need to take a look at a little bit of the user feedback of that one. But that's what that was. We had so many people trying to transfer right away that's what's up. So, however, that cleared up after a little bit. So. All right, there we go. Let me take a look real quick here at chat. It's a little beyond my ability, infinite limb, to talk about hitboxes, especially as they run and detection checks and all that sort of thing. You know, there's more than just even that one piece, right? Because you've, as you say, you've got the hitbox, but then you also do have things like monster detection checks and what have you. So, let's bring out some help. I'm going to have a little menagerie going on. This will help with the DPS. Oh, maybe I should do this too. I'm so bad at that. Okay. Alright. Apparently I don't have my owlbear with me, so it's just gonna have to be you three, and I'm gonna set all of you to attack and just sort of talk. Alright. The DDO client started freezing up for you yesterday on load. Was there any firewall issues? So we did have a brief window yesterday afternoon Eastern time, I know, where the forums and the launcher suffered some short-term degradation, but that was fixed within about an hour, if I recall. So that may have been your specific loading issue, just kind of a weird one-off there. But if you are continuing to have issues, let me know, and we can look into it. The owlbear does tend to get a little stuck indoors sometimes. That's why we have the ability to call to it. The owlbear is a pretty large creature, right? And some of those larger creatures don't always fit in some of the skinnier doors. I guess we could just sort of make it that you couldn't bring them with you or something, but, you know, just hit the button and bring them to you. And just hand wave it, right? So... So Sifuk, we are often and always continuing to look at lag. We do have, yeah, I mean, we're always looking at lag. And that up to and includes, I've seen some things recently about, like, some effects that have heavy perf on them and things like that, right? So I know that we're continuing to look at all sorts of things. The last big push that we did, that was some of the itemization and such that you had mentioned earlier. So, I don't think I've got enough to grab this, but let me just double check. No. Alright, well, fine. Whatever. I didn't want it anyway. Yeah, the double strike changes and all that was one of the last kind of big systems updates that we've done with regard to game performance. I guess you could say that some of the Epic Destiny work is related to that as well. Of course, it's not the main driver or anything of why that Epic Destiny work is being done, but certainly trying to make sure our Epic Destiny update provides a better experience as much as possible, is certainly something that we're looking at, so. I pulled a lot of aggro here. I'm just saying, maybe I could have been a little smarter about that. I think we're just gonna have to roll with it, though, and see how things go. Thank you, Hirelings, for saving my life. Sorry, Feywild Muse. I have nothing for you now. Item rework related to spell point pools. If we find that there is a need to offer more spell points to players through itemization, that should be a fairly easy thing to do. We could certainly make more items as needed. I think we'll have to see how much of that is kind of a, if any of that is actually something that is a concern when the system goes live. My guess is it won't be, but we'll see. Let me take care of that chain first, huh? Oh, and you. I would take a look at the Epic Destiny system and thread on Lamania that's still, up to date, as to how it's going to be unlocked for players and all that sort of thing. As to an answer, is it free to play? I will need to double check with systems and e-commerce to see how, if anything, is changing on that in terms of access to Epic Destinies. I'm not even sure that because it is such a ways off yet, I'm not sure that we have a formal answer at this point, but I'm sure that's one of the things we'll be looking at here. Face pull all the things. That's the Cordovan method. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so, you know, part of the reason all this stuff was put on Lamania in its super early state to begin with is to get some of that feedback from everyone from casters and that based on play experience on Lamania and what have you. And there will be further time to do that work. So I would expect, you know, plenty of opportunity yet to demonstrate on Lamania that spell point pools are something that the team should address beyond what is already planned to be addressed. And if you do feel that that is kind of a necessity, we'll have opportunity to take a look at that before we go live with it.
Aether Finkelberry manages to pacify the remaining kobolds. He reprimands you for provoking his research subjects.
Yeah, I think gonna have to go up and elsewhere.
According to a loud kobold, these creatures are not supposed to talk to strangers. What else has Aether been telling his research subjects?
There we go. If I go back, right? Grow the beard long enough to braid it? Yeah, I mean, never say never, I guess, but, so, didn't I? What else has he been telling his research subjects? Alright. Guess not yet. I don't see myself doing that. For one, my facial hair, while I appreciate it, it's fine. It's not really, like, the amount of time and effort it would take to make a big braid like that. I don't think it would look that good anyway. So I'm gonna say probably not on that one. And what are we actually doing on question? I don't know when what Otto's boxes are coming back. Hopefully we'll have that in the near future. Salt Marsh is a mini expansion and will not be free to VIPs. That much I can say. Oh, there we go. There's some more things to fight. So I really don't see myself. Oh no! Ah, crap. Yay! Die so that I may live. I'm so toast. What was I thinking? Alright. I'll just handle all these dinosaurs, it's fine. Yes, good thing it wasn't hardcore, huh? Yeah, I've been running hardcore quite a bit lately. Uh-oh. Check my lots. And let me get a woo stick out, too. Or a woo aura out. See if any of that is still around for the implosion. Nope. Still, they'll take hit point damage on it. So. I agree. I'm going to agree with you. I think it's Jenny? Jimoy? I can't read the red on black text from here. It is unlikely, I agree, it is unlikely that I would survive to level 30 on hardcore. I think so far, it has been unlikely that I will get past level 12 on hardcore. That said, hope springs eternal, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yes, I would not expect to see myself soloing my way to 30 on hardcore anytime soon. That is just not likely to be the way this person goes. So there you go. Attack raptors. And I think I'm actually getting pretty close to the end of the show here, so I'm probably going to wrap it up in the near future. Like I say, this was the hangout part was really kind of minor this week, because I didn't have too much to do after we mentioned all the news. And I've been so busy in recent weeks, what with everything that's been going on with the previews and Epic Destinies and everything else, on top of the other game work and family stuff, that I just haven't really had a lot of stuff to do on the regular live game worlds with me yet. But that's going to be clearing up in the relatively near future. And we'll see what next week brings. I'd say there's a chance, a pretty good chance, that next week we'll have a Lamania preview. We'll have to see how that goes. But I'd say there's a pretty good chance of that. Oops. Oh! Alright, you know what? Let's just call it there. That'll work. That'll work. We'll just release and call it there. So. Dead. Let me see what that... Alright. Let's wrap it up then. Thanks for watching the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I will be back next Wednesday. We'll probably take a look at some things on Lamania. We'll probably have some Salt Marsh related stuff to talk about. Maybe we can bring on a developer to do a bit more Q&A about Scroll Seal Shards or whatever might be of interest to the community at the time. Again, I did just want to mention that the Hardcore After Party goes through July 20th. So make sure you get your characters transferred off of the Hardcore before the morning of July 21st. And take advantage of all the free transfer stuff there from the Hardcore world. Also, our Spooky Summer live event kicks off late morning Eastern Time tomorrow morning. And that is going to run through Sunday, July 11th. It has Night Revels. The Night Revels dungeons will have plus 200% rewards, a 10% Reaper XP bonus, double Mysterious Remnants, twice the chance for remnants to appear when defeating a champion, along with Devilish Monster champions. Yeah, we got some new champions that are going to be in game for a little while. Kicking off late morning Eastern Time. Tomorrow, it's our Spooky Summer live event. So hope you have a great time, and I'll see you next week.